think it's time for Jack to let her rip.
People, pay attention. It's your boy JK back again. It's the 2 to the 0 to the 1 to the 6, and today we'll be counting down the top 10 rating costumes of what? Of all time. It's been requested, so I'm gonna deliver, man. I've got some costumes some of you guys have never seen before. Some you may have forgotten. So let's hop straight into it, man. No time to be wasted. Coming at number 10 is the White Lotus Raiden costume. We have seen this costume before. MKX is not the first time it has appeared. I think if you go back to MK2, yeah, I think it's MK2 or MK3. I think if both players choose Raiden, you're going to see the White Lotus costume, but I'm not sure right now, man. I'm not very sure. But personally, I don't really feel it, man. I think this costume would have been badass if it was more like Neo's costume from the Matrix, Reloaded and Revolutions and so on. I mean, it's a little bit too plain, it's a little bit too simple, and too much of anything is bad. You already know this. Coming at number 9 would be the Mortal Kombat 4 Raiden. Yes! Now this Raiden, the costume is pretty similar to a lot of variations of the costume, but I like the symbolism on the back. I like how bulky it looks, man. This is kind of the only Raiden throughout the Mortal Kombat history books that kind of has this muscular look. But basically everyone from Mortal Kombat 4 had a very muscular look, so Raiden doesn't really stand out in this category. Coming at number 8 would be the Mortal Kombat vs DC Universe Raiden. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the only complaint I have with this costume, well, actually 2 complaints. I don't really feel the cape, and I don't really feel the straw hat. The straw hat seems kind of out of place, man. Everything else, all his shoulder pads, his shin guards, everything has a little metallic look to it, but the straw hat seems kind of out of place. But I guess they wanted to stand out for the Deception, Armageddon, Deadly Alliance days of this costume, so you know, I let that one slide. Coming number 7 is Zeus Raiden. Yes, now I mentioned earlier at the beginning of this commentary that there's going to be a costume or 2 that some of you guys may have forgotten or have never witnessed. Now this is the alternate. I think it was from Deception. I remember back in the day I unlocked it personally, was dabbling around in the crypt, just came across it, but I never actually used it in combat. And here I found some awesome, what do you call it, concept arts. I can't believe people were that fascinated by the costume back in the day, but you gotta thank Google for that shit. Coming in at number 6 would be the Mortal Kombat 9 Raiden. Now this Raiden, what can I say? It's very similar to the Mortal Kombat 4 Raiden. If I were to guess, this is kind of the perfected, the modernized version of the Mortal Kombat 4 Raiden. The shoulder pads are basically the same, but I kind of like it, man. It's very simple, it's very straight to the point. The color scheme matches, it's beautiful, man. It's just totally beautiful. And well, I gotta say, thank God it does not have a cape. If you pay close attention, it's basically, well, not basically, it's very similar to the Mortal Kombat 4 and the MK vs DC Raiden. Just a little bit changes here and there, and that's about it. Coming at number 5, of course, like I mentioned just 2 costumes ago, it's Deadly Alliance / Deception / Armageddon Raiden. This, for a long time, was my favorite Raiden, especially after I saw that Deception intro cutscene. I was like, god damn, he looks like a god. For the longest while, this was my favorite Raiden, and you know, opinions change over time, so I guess, you know, next year this could return to be my favorite Raiden, but for now, you're gonna see what's my favorite Raiden right now. But back in the day, man, this was the Raiden I truly fucked with. Coming at number 4, man. Now, I don't know if I should say this, but I kind of wish that the Tron Raiden costume was actually the legitimate Raiden costume in MKX. I know some of you guys are gonna disagree with me, but I think it's time that Raiden's outfit got fully modernized. It's kind of, well, we've got to stay true to the, you know, the lore of everything, man. I'm not sure if Raiden is from Chinese lore or Japanese, but it doesn't matter. I just think in general, the Straw Hat needs to go for good. I'm just saying, man. Coming number 3 is the MKX Master of Storms Raiden. Now I got this image on the screen. It's just gonna flash for a second, but when I say Master of Storms, I'm talking about when he has all those symbols on his hat. That really makes him look badass as fuck. And with everything else going on with this costume, man, it really makes him look pretty godly. He doesn't need a cape, the hat does it. And is the hat straw? It's kind of resembling the straw hat, but it's got a metallic feel to it, and that's what I like about Raiden's hat these days. Oh, I had to clear my throat, man. I'm talking a lot. Coming at number 2 is Darth Vader Raiden, man. I don't call it Darth Raiden. I call it Darth Vader Raiden. I mean, look at him. He's posing like Darth Vader does in a couple wallpapers you would see around the interwebs. And well, the Dark Raiden from the Armageddon versus the Dark Raiden from MKX, man. Which is your favorite? Which one do you think is better? Obviously, for me, it's the Armageddon Raiden. I mean, it's the first time I saw Raiden corrupted, and you know, you can't. The first you see of anything is always going to be the best, you know what I mean? Anyway, man, that's Darth Raiden. We don't call him Dark Raiden, it's Darth Raiden. Get it right, people, get it right. And coming at number 1, from my favorite Mortal Kombat game, well, one of my favorites of all time, is the Shaolin Monks Raiden. Now let me explain to you guys why this is number 1. I actually debated whether Darth Raiden should be number 1, but Shaolin Monks Raiden is number 1 for this simple reason. Because it's so simple. It's like, it's so flawless. Of all the Raidens I called, number 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, there's always something you can nitpick about the costume. But with the Shaolin Monks Raiden, everything seems to perfection. Everything seems to be to perfection. Everything seems to be in the right proportions. Nothing seems too big for him. Nothing seems too small. Nothing seems too long. Nothing seems too wide. And the straw hat, beautiful, beautiful. Nice symmetry, everything. Circumference, I just love it. And of course, I love the game. And of course, I kind of wish we could have used Raiden in the Shaolin Monks game. But, come on, man. It's 2016. Shaolin Monks came out in 2006, so it's 10 years, man. NetherRealm, pay attention to the community. We want a Shaolin Monks 2, and I know you guys can deliver. So make it happen. This has been your boy JK. Much more top 10s to come, going out for the entirety of 2016. Stay tuned. Peace out, man.